Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? It's Coffee Time with John and Mama. I'm John. This is Mama. And we did just what we said, folks. We added beans to last night's hot dog chili. And we have beautiful bowl chili. Here it is. We really hadn't decided if we was going to do it live or not. But I told Mama, I said, let's go ahead and do one. We've already blessed our meal and everything. Mama said Mama's done been eating. I was coming in here a little later. Mama said, I didn't start it. I've done blessed mine. I said, let me bless mine and we'll get to eating. I'm having chili and Tostitos. Just original. What fuse in here. Mama's having Fritos. Aren't you? Mm-hmm. And just all I did was put cheese, white cheese, and Mama's using sharp cheddar. We eat totally different. It's a mess. I'm using the Italian style, and Mama's using the cheddar. It's a wonder we could even eat a meal together, isn't it?
I'm wondering why it was so much stuff out here.
Well, because we're all eating different. We're on the other end of the bar, or the island.
Totally different.
We had a bar for years, a peninsula bar. So we called the island the bar. We had a carport for years. So we called the garage the carport. Y'all do that? It's real. Now, one thing I want to show you is behind us is that remodel job we've been talking about. It's not finished. There's still trim to go on the cabinets. But right here is the only cabinets that we added. This is the pantry that we've had the whole time. And you can see, let me take y'all over there where you see something you recognize. See, there's the kitchen window with the ironwork in it, and then here was the end, and then this was always here, this pantry, and it stopped right here. And so these cabinets, these 4 doors, was 2 cabinets, and these bottom ones were in the next room all over, and I use this as a coffee station. And that in there is the sunroom. You can see through this door. There used to be 2 big doors, and this doorway was actually a foot bigger. So now it's a 5-foot opening, where it used to be a 6-foot opening, and there was big French doors here that come out into the room on both sides. So it kind of made everything look smaller. So Mama didn't have a lot of top counter space. And she had nowhere to put the mixer. Here's the mixer that Mama refuses to use. She had nowhere to put that. It wouldn't even fit under those cabinets. These cabinets are a little bit higher, just so they will. And they still have a piece of trim that they had to put on the bottom. And a little bit more tile work to do. So she expanded her counter space by quite a bit. And that helped out a lot. So we would have left these in there and just bought more to match, but they didn't sell them no more, of course.
So, they have to be harder.
So this is the big remodel that you would think there'd be more impressive and more of it because it's taken a while. But they've not worked every day. So this is the new doorway. They just boxed it in a little bit. And this used to sit, this is the cookbook baker's rack. And it used to sit right here where this new cabinet is. So we just moved it on that side and done this. So now Mama's got the whole kitchen. And here's the rest of the kitchen. You know, I've seen it many times. This is where we usually have the tree. Is under where the D is over there. And that's the kitchen table. And here we are at the end of the... Mama, what's that serious look on your face for?
It was kind of warm.
Oh, thank you, Debbie. Debbie said it looked great, Mama. Thanks for those stars, Charlene. So that's the big remodel. I told y'all, don't get too excited about it because it's nothing major. But you would be surprised how much time it takes to do just a little bit of stuff. Especially when there's
sickness interfered.
Especially, yeah, and then the COVID interfered. We just had a stars party.
Oh, wow, how pretty.
Isn't that neat? Thank you all. That was so, I wasn't even expecting that. It's my birthday. Who said that? Carol Humphrey, happy birthday to you. Everybody give Carol some floating hearts for her birthday. Carol, that's saying that they love you. Happy, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, yes.
Hey, Margaret Lloyd. Hey, Patty. Hey, Sophia, how are you all doing? Well, let me tell you what. Right today is an AV day. Absolutely beautiful. I'm sitting here where I can see out the front door. It's just sunshine. It's been 70-something degrees today. I would have loved to have been off work where I could have spent the whole day outside. Mama's been outside about all day.
No, I've been well in the garage and outside. But the smoke got to me. I couldn't.
We had some unusual, peculiar smoke in town today. I heard that it was from a controlled burn a couple of counties over, and the wind had just carried the smoke over here. But you would have swore our woods were on fire, but they weren't, I don't reckon. Because now, all the smoke's gone, it's all cleared out, but it just kind of blew through here, and now it seems to be cleared out. I'm glad it wasn't anything bad. It was a controlled burn. You know, the wood's been on fire sometimes is a good thing. Uncontrolled is never a good thing, but a controlled burn by authorities, and when they know what they're doing and they start it on upper and lower both and let it burn and it burns itself out. That keeps a nature fire from coming along and really destroying a lot of stuff. And it's not as hot because if you let all that dead leaves and dead timber and that just build up year after year after year, it'll cause even a hotter fire and it can kill the trees. But sometimes when they do the controlled burns, it forces all the debris out from under it, and then it will cause seedlings to pop open. And then those seedlings will grow new trees. So that's the reason they do controlled burns. Glad to see this warm weather. Boy, Sandra, I am too. Stephanie, thank you for those stars. Hey, Linda, how are you? Samantha? Beautiful here in Rockport, Texas, too. Isn't it wonderful? March is coming like a lamb.
Look out.
I hope it just stays like a lamb all the way through the end.
Don't put your winter clothes away until you
No.
see the last of March.
Don't assume that we're out of the winter woods yet, because sometimes it comes back for a visit. It hates to see us go, so it sticks around. Thank you, Yonda, for those stars. Hey, Dorothy, how are you? Hey, Becca, how are you? Dolores, Manny, it says good evening. Richton, Missouri. Dora, we love you guys too. It's just wonderful to be able to be here. It's the highlight of our day most of the time. Wow, Gail, thank you for those stars. And I love that little coffee. I don't know what the little coffee cup means, but thank you. It was wonderful. Hey, Frida, how are you? Remodel looks good. Well, thank you, Miss Frida. It's a simple little job, and the guys did a great job, and they blended it right in. You wouldn't know it wasn't always like that. But anything you do like that, you should estimate a little more money and a little more time than you ever thought. Hello from West Tennessee, Elizabeth Ray. How are you? Hey, Miss Nancy. Mom and I made 2 nights out of this chili. Last night was just hot dog chili, just basically meat and onions and tomatoes. Tonight, Mama, tell them what you did.
I added a dark and light can of kidney beans, a can of each, and a can of Lux pinto beans. And that made it the beanie chili.
And then we added cheese and a little bit of sour cream and our favorite chips, and it's a delicious supper. It's almost like, with the weather today and it's so pretty, it's almost like we're camping with campfire chili. Isn't it, Mama? Mm. I've already decided this year I'm going to use the fire pit more. I'm going to get out and enjoy it a little bit more. We did last year a couple of times. I think we filmed one night with you all when we did hot dogs. But I love it, especially this time of the year when it gets cooler in the evenings, cooler at night. Last night, I went out to take Maggie out for her last night's outing. And it was a little chilly, but it would have been perfect for a fire around the fire pit. And guess what I heard? I don't know if you hear these everywhere. I don't know. Sometimes I get a little bubbled, and I'm like, everything that I've had, you've had, and everything that. But I heard the frogs. Do you all have frogs where you live? And you hear those chirping frogs. And it happens in the spring. I've heard them off and on a few times. Last night I was surprised. It was a little cool. Thank you, Teresa, for those stars. It was a little cool, but I still, Tricia. I still heard the frogs, and it was wonderful. Not so much now. I'm a little bit more allergic to allergens and stuff. Used to, my big spring thing was when I heard the frogs, I'd open the windows at night and sleep with the windows open, with screens in them, of course. But now the pollen kind of bothers me, if there's any pollen, or in winter there's something that dries in the leaves, and I get a little choked up a little bit more. Mama's always had that problem, especially in the fall.
I got really bad today over the smoke.
She went out in the smoke today. Well, she went out and the smoke came. My aunt and uncle come over, and Mama and her went out to the garden spot to check it out, even though it ain't even there yet. It's just going to be the raised beds. And the smoke came in while they was out there, and Mama got a little choked up. Mama, this chili is better tonight than it was last night.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite delicious. You did an excellent job. Look at that.
Thank you.
Look at them beans and all that. And it tastes good even on a 70-degree day. I love chili when it's cold and snowy. It's one of my go-tos. But I also like it when it's 70 degrees. Like I told y'all yesterday, I will get to craving a good bowl of chili even in July. You know, I love chili on 4th of July with hot dogs. We always have some chili on 4th of July. But this tonight tastes just extra good, Mama.
Yeah, it's really good.
How's your Fritos?
They're good in it. What do they call it? Frito pocket?
Yeah, have y'all ever had the Frito Pockets? Our church used to make them. And we would take, open the Frito pack. Usually we would do it long ways, I think.
Yeah.
We'd open the Frito pack, and on top of the Fritos, we'd put a scoop of chili and a little bit of cheese. And then they could top it with whatever they wanted to, and a little bit of sour cream. We'd give them a fork. And they could walk around at festivals and stuff and eat right out of the bag with a fork. And it was called a Frito Pocket. And we used to sell those a lot. I like Fritos. And I'm not sure, I may be making this up, but I had a friend who told me the same thing. I used to love Fritos and I could eat them. And then, probably 3 or 4 years ago, I think they changed something, the oil or something. And they started bothering me a little bit after I ate them. I had cottage cheese and tomatoes. Oh, Alice, that does sound, I know you're on a diet, but that sounds delicious, especially a homegrown tomato. I got my one-touch canisters in today. I'm getting the small ones. Oh, the toppers, yeah, those are neat. I'm getting the small ones. Can't remember what they're called. I love them. Yep. Catherine, I love them too, and they are called toppers, and they go on, set on top of those as a little extra storage, but they're handy for brown sugar and powdered sugar and stuff like that. We don't have them anymore, but when they do have them, it's a good idea to try to catch them. We do have the Micro Pro Grill still on sale, and we do have the vintage Tupperware bowls, the pastels, and they're good for Easter, and they're still on sale. I haven't got mine in yet. I got a box in yesterday, but Mama's bowls didn't show up, which that's an unusual. Sometimes they get a little behind, but anything you order, that's the way it happens. We call them peppers here. Oh, the frogs? Yeah, the little chirper frogs. I love cornbread with chili. I do too, Connie, especially Mexican cornbread. We call them walking walking tacos. Yes, Cheryl. You call peppers. You call these peppers, and you call these walking tacos. Okay, that's great. We've had those for years at our church. The Fritos bothering you is, wait, something's called.
What?
Bernice, you made me laugh. She says it's called old age, John. There's nothing wrong with the Fritos. Let's see.
The system's changing.
We do hot dogs Oh, it went away. Hi, Mom and Sean from Nova Scotia. Hey, Linda, how are you? How's things in Nova Scotia? Oh, snow. Do you like spicy chili? I do. Mama don't. I'll add Frank's hot sauce to mine. Called Walking Tacos. There's another Walking Taco. I like that. Walking Tacos. Let's see here. Who else is on here? Hi, Kelly. How are you? Hey, Melinda. Having chicken and dumplings, dressing and green beans. Wow, Melinda, that's awesome.
That makes 2 in the last little bit. It's had chicken and dumplings and green beans. They're gonna make me want it.
Mom, I just fixed you some 2 weeks ago.
But that's done gone.
That's done gone, right?
Hell.
Do you all ever do that? Crave something, you get it, you think I'll be good for a week or so, and then next time you turn around, I think I might test some more of that. We can come on here, and I won't really be hungry for anything. And after talking to you all, you also have me hungry for 2 or 3 things. I appreciate the ideas, though. Sometimes y'all give us good ideas for different dishes, different things. Someone mentioned the other day about smoked sausage and cabbage, and y'all know I had to fix them the other day. My eyes out there long enough to get windburn. Did you get windburn?
I don't think so.
Might be the chili.
Hot sauce will do it.
Hot sauce can make you a little red in the face. Now that's a true statement. Diana, what kind of sausage do you have with your cabbage? Smoked sausage? That's what we normally have. I made meatloaf burgers. Oh, Linda, we love those. That's one of our favorite things.
That's one of the things I've been thinking about.
That's one of the things Mama's been thinking about. One of the choppers is on sale on this page. I believe it's the medium, if it didn't go off already. I wish my memory was better. We'll check on that, though. Just getting to eat with you, Mama, would be the best. Janet, just grab you a bowl of something you can eat with us right now. Does Mama ever fix salmon patties? Marcia, she does. She's made them on here before. We like them. Mama and I like them with macaroni and cheese. Katie says she is making pasta Alfredo with bacon, spinach. Oh, Katie, love bacon and spinach and chicken. And cream spinach with a little bit of cream in it and stir it. Now you're talking my language. Have mashed potatoes and put chili on top. Annetta, I've never done that, but it sounds delicious. We do baked potatoes all the time with chili on them. Chili, sour cream, and chicken. Just kind of like what I got in this bowl, except we put it over a good baked potato. Do another show with all of us cooking together. That was fun. I agree with you 100%, and we are going to do that. Jim, we are going to do that. Mama is wanting to do, maybe, since it would be so simple, the 2-ingredient biscuits that's in our cookbook. If y'all want to try that, we will do that one evening. The 2-ingredient biscuits. Going to tell you right up front, we've never done it.
It's self-rising flour and heavy whipping cream on it.
Heavy whipping cream and self-rising flour. So if y'all want to buy you up some heavy whipping cream and some self-rising flour, we'll do that one day.
We'll wait till they set a date.
We'll set a date. We could probably get by with that one on a weeknight. It won't take too long to do that one. Yes, love some. Melissa, we love salmon patties, but my husband won't touch them. Really? Melissa, try putting a little lemon juice in them when you stir them up. Maybe it's the smell or he don't care for the taste, but lemon juice will kind of neutralize that smell. Tomorrow is stir-fried cabbage and sausage and bacon grease. Kelly, that's some good eatings right there. So y'all want to do the biscuits, or is anybody got any other suggestions on a cook together that we could do?
You might want to do something a little more than 2 ingredients.
You might want to do something more than 2 ingredients, Mama said. Or you might want to do a one-pot wonder. Now, I'm assuming we'd have to have something to go with those biscuits. So we'd have to do cube steak and biscuits, or gravy and biscuits, or have a little something with those 2 ingredient biscuits. But one thing about doing the 2 ingredient biscuits, some of y'all are out there and you fooled yourselves into thinking you can't cook or you can't do biscuits. And I'm hoping that if we introduce a 2 ingredient biscuit, and if it turns out good, that you can make them all the time. Every frog legs, Linda, I have. We've never fixed them, but there's a restaurant about 30 miles from here, and my dad used to love to go there, and they had frog legs, and they would have a Friday night fish broil or something. What was it called? They would have fish, catfish, seafood. They would have frog legs and different stuff like that on their.
Not me, I've not ate.
Mama wouldn't. I did taste of them. And like everything else, it tastes like chicken.
Your daddy loved them.
Someone tried to convince me to eat rattlesnake one time. I've never eaten that, but.
You did take a bite.
No, I didn't. I didn't do no rattlesnake. Where?
No, not rattlesnake.
Alligator.
Alligator.
Big difference, Mama.
I reckon
And they said, oh, it tastes like chicken. I said, well, I'll just say chicken. If everything tastes like chicken, why are we even trying other stuff? Salmon patties with biscuits are amazing with mustard on. Oh, I know, Melissa, that's how I eat them leftover. But a lot of times we'll fix salmon patties. Mama, do you fix bread with salmon patties?
Yeah, not. When I fixed them for your daddy, I had to fix biscuits.
Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah. I just never got that far yet to eat it. I'm not a big salmon patty.
Mama doesn't like anything out of the sea much, except catfish out of the creek. And she wants it browned and fried good and breaded good with cornmeal and all that kind of stuff. That's Mama.
Mm-hmm.
And a baked potato and a salad. That's what we usually eat. There's a restaurant here in town that have really good ones. And that's what we like. Biscuits sound great. Biscuits, onions, and mustard. I love biscuits and onions. Alligator is delicious, Susan. It wasn't bad, but it did taste kind of like chicken. Have y'all ever had... Patricia, salmon stew. I don't even know if I've ever heard of that.
I've never.
I like frog legs, Lois. I probably could if you didn't tell me what they were before I ate them. Have you ever put seasoned salt on your fried cabbage? Yes. Yes, seasoned salt. We use nature's season on our fried cabbage. Joy, thank you for those stars. Hey, Joy, how are you? You can't do country ham and biscuits and red-eye gravy. So good. We don't eat red-eye gravy. I don't know what y'all are calling red-eye gravy. To us, red-eye gravy is basically, after you fix ham, the drippings that's left in the skillet, you can pour water in it or coffee. A lot of people use water. A lot of people use coffee, of course.
The one I've ever tried is with the coffee, and I didn't like it.
I made some not long ago. Didn't eat it, just tried it. I had fried country ham, and I just took the drips, and I thought, I'm going to try this, had my coffee. I poured a little bit and stirred it up, put it in a bowl, and I tasted of it, and it was just a salty coffee flavor. Maybe I didn't do it right, I don't know, but I've done it like I've seen other people do it. Children's like salmon. Only one of your kids like salmon. I made 2 ingredient biscuits. They are good. Okay, Karen. I think biscuits is what we're going to do. So what we'll do a 2 ingredient biscuit, and we'll have gravy, and we'll do some eggs, and we'll have breakfast for supper. And we'll try that maybe one night. What night do you guys want to try, or do you guys rather wait till Saturday? Hey, Joanne, how are you? A lot of times on Saturdays, people want tacos or pizza or something like that. Maybe on a Friday night, we could do breakfast for supper, and we could do a cook together. Leftover jambalaya tonight. Oh, mercy. I still have not fixed any jambalaya, Claudia. And it's just like every other thing. It's just because I've never made it. And I feel like I really need it. I really want to know a little bit more about it. I know y'all have sent me some recipes, and they sound delicious. But I know you can do it with smoked sausage and other things. But I'm wanting to try it. Becky made pinto beans. Oh, Piggy, I've not had any pinto beans. Mama has neglected me a little bit.
Oh, bless it's a little hard.
Hey, Linda, thank you for those stars. Mama used to fix me pinto beans once a month.
Oh, more than that. I just once a month or so.
Have you tried, what did you say? Have you tried butter swim biscuits? Is that right, Kathy? Butter swim biscuits? Never heard of butter swim.
I put a lot of butter on top.
When I made griddle gravy, I had a little butter to the drippings, and then I pour about half a cup of coffee. You've got my attention, darling. When you make griddle gravy. Now, what is griddle gravy? I can't see the rest of your comment, darling. It won't let me see more. That sounds interesting, though. Coffee and gravy. I made a simple white sauce with dill for my salmon patties. Connie, that sounds good.
Didn't somebody send you some lemon dill sauce?
Angela Brett did. In that box of food she sent. And it was delicious, and I can't wait to try it on some good fish. I like cod or whiting fish that you get at the store and it's in a frozen box. We will grill that, put a little Old Bay on it, and a little bit of seasoning salt or something like that, and just grill it, bake it in the oven. And I think that dill sauce will be good on that. So I'm looking forward to trying that sometime. I have ordered the vintage Tupperware, looking forward to getting them. Me too, Angie. I did order them, and I haven't got them yet. I got half of the order that I ordered, but it didn't have my vintage Tupperware in it because I wanted to show y'all. I wanted to show it to y'all. I ate frog legs at Nathan's at Coney Island all the time when I was growing up. Andrea, I never did make it to Coney Island, but I've seen it in a lot of movies and stuff. Hey, Lisa York, how are you? Salisbury steak, fried okra. Oh, fried okra. That's
I love
corn. Last summer, we froze. See, that's the bounty of the harvest. I love that. When you can freeze it, you pull it out, and it's almost like being, it's almost like getting it right out of the garden.
I put green tomatoes and my okra together and roll it in cornmeal.
And that's so good, folks. Green tomatoes and okra together are delicious. I froze y'all up. So sorry. We had pigs in a blanket, Frankie. I love pigs in a blanket too. Chip beef and gravy on toast. That's delicious too. See, here y'all go. I hadn't even thought about pigs in a blanket, and there you mentioned two things that sound delicious to me. I'm gonna start taking notes when we have these little chats so I can remember everything. Caramelize a little sugar in your red-eye gravy. So good, Ruth. Well, never have I done that either.
Never heard of that.
Real butter with syrup mixed on cornbread. Oh, yeah, no, we've had that. Warm, yummy with chili. So good. I've never done it with chili, but I have done butter and syrup on chili before.
On chili, on cornbread.
With chili. Not with chili, on cornbread. Thank you, Mama.
I like it with biscuits, but not with cornbread.
Todd likes buttermilk biscuits from Pillsbury. We do that too sometimes, Todd. Every biscuit we make here is not homemade.
No, I used to never have frozen biscuits or canned biscuits, but I do now.
Patricia, you should get an email confirmation. Yes, you should. I normally make homemade biscuits. Mama normally will settle for a frozen one, and she loves the frozen ones. But it's not because she can't make them, but it's so easy, and she'll pull one biscuit out of the box or the bag and bake it, and she don't have any waste, and she don't have, because she won't eat more than one biscuit as a rule.
A piece of sausage and a biscuit. I put aluminum foil on my pan, throw it in the easy bake, and I have my breakfast in a few minutes.
Elizabeth, that sounds good. Sesame chicken and Brussels sprouts. You make it with the orange sauce, or I don't even know what the sauce really comes on, but I know when I go to Chinese restaurants, I see that sesame orange chicken. So, hey, Karen, how are you? Hi, Judy. Mama, are you ready to eat?
Yeah, was shoveling it in.
Mama was hungry. She's
I
worked
hadn't
today.
eaten no lunch.
Mama, what have you been out there doing? Getting the fire beds ready and getting the race beds?
No, I didn't get that smart.
What was you doing?
I was just outside a little bit, but in the garage I was working, unpacking some stuff and repacking it better than what it was.
Moving junk from one corner to the next.
Yeah, you know that hard work labor you do, putting it in one box out of another. Getting out one.
Mama would say, we're going to work on the garage this weekend. I said, what are we going to do? Rotate the junk. Well, yeah, I'm going to stack that stuff over here, over there. See, from that corner to this corner.
You know it's bad right now, so I've got to get busy.
Mama always has a project. She's had a project my whole life.
I want to get out in the yard and move the brush and limbs that fell, but there's a lot of it. I don't think I'm up to it yet.
One of my memories, whatever you want to call it, I can't even think right now. When you smell something and it takes you back, or a memory that, what is it, a trigger? One of my memory triggers, some of y'all may have the same one, is a smell of pine saw. My whole life, every Saturday morning when I would get up, I would smell pine saw in a mop bucket. And I would go in and sit on the floor and watch cartoons, and she would have mopped the floors all through the house that could be mopped with pine saw. So when I smell pine saw, I smell clean. And it takes me back to when I was a kid, and Mama always cleaned in pine saw.
Back then we had linoleum rugs on that little house. And you had to mop them good.
Yeah, we had linoleum. So I'd take my blanket, and do y'all remember, this is going to tell my age probably, you folks who are seasoned like myself, do y'all remember the thrill of the week? You didn't get cartoons every day. You didn't get cartoons every day at all.
We only got 2 channels here or then.
We only got 2 basic channels back in the day. And you got cartoons on Saturday morning until about 10:30 or 11.
And then you got westerns.
And then you get westerns. And you woke up early. And you got your sippy cup of milk or your cereal. And you laid on your floor on your blanket. And you watched cartoons all morning. Saturday morning cartoons. It was just a thing. Everybody did it. What kind of coffee do you drink? Brand, I guess I'm asking. Linda, I always drink Folgers Country Blend or Country Roast. So one of y'all said, try Community. And then one of y'all sent me a Community coffee. I think it comes from the big store. I buy it at the big store anyway, but I don't know if it comes anywhere else or not. And now I'm kind of hooked on Community. But y'all have sent, different people have sent different kinds. And I love trying all of them. Somebody, do you know who sent that last thing of coffee? Somebody sent me some coffee. Let me just show it. Y'all hold on a minute, Mama. Talk to the folks.
Y'all be taking us something off right there. I don't know what box that was in.
We'll try to figure it out. So this morning, and what's in this cup right here, in my 2 o'clock cup, is this right here. Jeremiah's Pick coffee, established in 1993. Breakfast blend. So here's what I'm currently drinking. And I don't have a name or nothing on it. Someone sent this to me.
Might be on top of our horse folder down.
No, I don't think so. So this is what I'm currently drinking. Somebody just sent, this is Fat Tuesday this week. Yesterday was Ash Wednesday. And someone sent me this family-owned coffee, Mardi Gras King Cake. Isn't that wonderful? And it says, I can't wait to try it. I brought it in here. A festive blend of cinnamon, spice, and sweet vanilla flavor. Isn't it wonderful? Look at it. It's got the little Mardi Gras stuff on it. So, I'm going to try this one probably. tomorrow. So whoever sent this, sorry I don't have your name with it. Mama's probably got it in there on her book.
I know, I don't.
But thank you, because I can't wait. That to me looks like a party in a bag. Look at that. And I can't wait to try this. Hello from South. If you're on here, say that's me, John, and I'll read it here. I drink Folgers coffee, country blend. It's wonderful, isn't it? Boy, when I lose you, I lose you. Janie Thomas. Ain't it wonderful? I love the Folgers country blend. It's very good. But I've never met a coffee that I didn't like. I like Kona coffee from Hawaii. I like the community is really smooth. It's a good coffee. This right here has been great. I forget who sent this to me. It's got a leopard on it. It says breakfast blend. Can y'all see that little leopard peeking out from under the road? That's what I'm drinking. I like all coffee. But if I buy it or I think this is what community is what I've been going for, or if I find Folgers on sale, I'll go with Folgers too. Hey Nancy, it says Vicks Vapor Jello. What? Back up. Nancy, what are you talking about? Vicks Vapor Rub, Jello, and 7-Up being taken care of my mom when I was sick as a child. Oh, that's your triggers? Yeah, Vicks Vapor Rub. Yeah. And Jello. The smell of warm Jello. How many of y'all had to drink Jello when you was a kid? Take me back. Yeah, Nancy, I know exactly what you're saying. Vicks Vapor Rub. And to this day, when I get sick, when I had the COVID, I had a little Vicks Vapor Rub. Put a little bit on each nostril. What about warm Jello in a baby bottle? Did y'all have that? I remember the smell of it to this day when I was 2 years old. Vicks Vapor Rub was the standard here too. Why don't men cook at home? No one's invented a... What? Joy, are you telling us a joke? It says, why don't men cook at home? Because no one's invented a steak for the toaster yet.
For the toaster.
Hey guys, so glad to catch you live. We're glad you did, Shayna.
He'll be coming up with that. He'll give somebody an idea.
Krispy Kreme and McCafe. I love McCafe. And Krispy Kreme's good too. Dunkin' Donuts is good too. Are my favorite. Jan, I like all those. I'm telling you, I don't even know what. I like JFG, which is a local Knoxville brand. I love different coffees. I love coffee, but after half a cup, it makes me nauseated. Well, let's talk about that, Bonnie Thacker. Maybe you're not cooking it hot enough. Coffee needs to be prepared around 120, and it takes some of that acid, neutralizes it, and it keeps it from being so bitter. Get you a percolator and try it and see if that still happens. If it does, it could just be something else. Your common drip will not get hot enough. You have to pay quite a bit for a drip that gets 120 degrees. Hey Todd, how are you? Did you just jump on here? Sometimes people do get nausea with coffee after they drink it.
I do sometimes.
Because of the bitter, but you can cook the bitter out of it. Death Wish coffee, I've never tried that one, Susan. I like Folgers Black Silk. Oh yeah, I do too. Somebody's gonna comment, John, you like I do. Folgers Black Silk is good. Raisin Seaport coffee. Back in little coffee with milk. I used to drink mine black. What I like to do too is I like to mix coffees. So now like this coffee here, I did try pot the whole thing. It was very good. But like I will put a scoop of Community Regular and then I'll put a couple scoops of this. Or I'll blend it up, or if I've got like this in the morning, I'll probably make me one pot of this just to taste it, but it's got a cinnamony flavor. But if I'll use this with my other blends too. Mama sometimes if she makes coffee, it's usually one type, and I said, put a little, she said, oh, I ain't into that. You're going to have to mix your own coffee. No, I ain't got
That's right, I get it messed up.
Well, thank you, Jan. That was sweet of you. Says we're one of some of her favorite people, Mama.
Oh, I think.
See, Mama's still smoking. Got a smoker's coffee yet, Mama?
It must be. That's what triggered it, I think.
Thank you, Bobby, for those stars. Mama's been out in the smoke today. We had a little smoke come through, and I think it was from a neighboring county. Well, 2 counties over, actually. And they said yesterday that about 12 or 14 miles from here in Kentucky was smoky. And it's come our way with the wind, but it's blown right on through. Vicks and Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup, Rebecca, and 7-Up, and Bob Barker. Is that not a day home from school for being sick? The Price is Right, and 7-Up and Chicken Noodle Soup. I remember every one of those, except mine was usually Sprite, because Dad wouldn't really like us having anything but Coca-Cola in the house.
That's right.
I would try the percolator, Bonnie. Even if it don't take away all the nauseousness, the half a cup you do get a drink will be better. It's wonderful. This is fresh percolator coffee right here. You can see, and I'm enjoying it. And I know it's a little late. Well, it ain't too late. No. I don't know what time. That's just 6:18. I've got at least 10 more minutes of coffee.
10 more minutes.
Now, Mama, I think when it starts getting darker later, I could drink coffee longer.
You might could, but you sleep is what you're drinking coffee, not but light and dark.
Well, if it's dark, if it's daylight to 9:30, I'll be setting up a lot later. I might be setting up to 10:30.
Woo! We set up the other night too late, didn't we?
I like to get up early, but if you get up early, you're probably going to have to go to bed early.
Early to bed and early to rise. Makes the man healthy.
Martha, French Lick, Indiana. How's the weather up there? Folks, I don't have a Hey Mama tonight. Do any of y'all have a Hey Mama you want to share with us?
Oh, not a hard one.
Ginger ale is good, Nancy. It does, because that ginger does settle your stomach. How long to perk, Joanne? Well, Joanne, it depends. I usually start mine with hot water. I put my coffee in the top and I put it on the stove. Once it starts to boil, you'll hear it start to roar. You know, it'll start that. Once it starts to boil, you'll see it coming up in the top. I let it come up in the top for 4, 5, 6 minutes. Then I turn it off. Somebody on here said they let theirs boil for 7 minutes and let it rest for 7 minutes, and that's probably a good combination. I let mine boil for 5 minutes, 6 minutes, and I'm wanting it, and I drink it right then.
You don't let it rest.
I don't let it rest. But now I do know that once I do leave it in the pot, I'll put it in a carafe, you know, something to keep it hot. It tastes a little better after it's set, after the second cup. But now in the morning, I don't think I can wait 7 minutes. Got to go, Nancy. You have a good night. I don't think I can wait 7 minutes. How do y'all do that if you're waiting? Hey, Mama, did you have a joke?
Oh.
Teresa, do you have a joke? I wish I could drink coffee black. Have you always drank it black? No, Linda. Linda White, no. I accidentally started drinking coffee because Mom and Dad never did. Hey, Derek Davis. Hey, from cousin Derek Davis. Derek, are we cousins? Who are we? How are we cousins?
Derek Davis.
Mama, Derek, give us an explanation on that. You can PM me if you want to. Okay. I started working in the school system right after I graduated from high school. And I was substituting. I substituted most of the time while I went to college, because I went to college a lot at night. And I worked in a restaurant. Even though working in the restaurant, I didn't start out drinking coffee. But when I would substitute, it was in the teacher's lounge, and I'd go in there and say, get some coffee. And I'd think, well, I don't want to look like I'm not old enough to drink coffee. So I would get me a little bit of coffee, and I put cream, and I put sugar. Oh, I don't want it now. But I'd sip around on that. Then I started just putting cream. And I drank it with cream for a while, and then someone said, "You drink yours with cream?" I said, "Yeah." And they said, I just like the pure taste of the black coffee." So I drank it with cream for a while, and then it wasn't satisfying. And so then, once I went to the black coffee, I'm going to say 96%, 97% of the time, I'm drinking black coffee. But every once in a while, still, I keep some liquid creamer in the refrigerator. Every once in a while, I want that little bit of cream. But like I've said before, I'm a teetotal, 100% black coffee person of the morning. My morning coffee is just like the sunrise. It's just special. You know how the sunrise is special and everybody wants to talk about the sunrises and the sunsets, but the sun's out all day and nobody don't really brag on it. That's kind of how I'm with my coffee. That morning cup of coffee, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. And I want it to be just coffee. I don't want nothing in it. But in the evening, sometimes I will put cream in it if I want something different. Or I'll put a flavoring in it if there's somebody got flavor. I don't normally buy flavoring. For some reason, every year at Halloween, I think I have to have pumpkin pie spice flavoring. Most of the time, I don't even get all of it drank. Good evening, Pamela. How are you?
Just talk about the sunrises. We've had some real pretty ones lately.
That's one of my favorite things to do every morning is enjoy the sunrise. And it just takes me, thank you, Lord, for another day. And it seems like almost the sunrise is just inspiring, and it cheers you up, and it says, okay, we got another day. You can do this. It's one of my favorite things is to be sitting on the porch and watching the sunrise. And our porch faces east. So, hey, y'all, Mama, I love the backsplash. That's that glass tile. It's gray, black, and browns. It goes with the cabinets, and it goes with the paint. I'll swing y'all around here. Maybe I won't mess you up. I'll try not to. It's kind of got the natural rock in it and the glass tile mixed. I like the nice mix of it. And it goes kind of with the countertops and the cabinets and everything else. So that is the glass tile and natural rock. Came from Lowe's. Thank you for the stars. Somebody have a Hey Mama they want to share with us, or did I miss some? If I missed one, somebody tell me. I can maybe go back and chase it down. Hey Mama, why did the teddy bear say no to desserts?
Why did the teddy bear say no to desserts? Mm-hmm. Now that's a hard one.
What? It's a good one. Pam Peterson Teal. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one.
Why did the teddy bear?
Why did the teddy bear say no to desserts?
Because his belly was stuffed already.
Pam, she got it. Because she was stuffed already.
Oh, I can't believe I done that. I was trying to think of a little teddy bear.
Sharon, yeah, I just love black coffee. Thank you. Who said that? Debbie, thank you. Says your backsplash is pretty.
Well, thank you.
What we was trying to do, we're not big changers. We don't waste money. We're, trends come and go. Right now, light gray is the color. We've had this for 5 years.
No, not 5.
4.
I can't remember, but it ain't.
It used to be, she used to have it painted a brown paper bag color. It was called, I know what it was called. It was
Mark Twain.
House Oak.
House Oak, yeah.
Mark Twain House Oak from Lowe's. Mm-hmm. And we still have a couple bedrooms in the office is that color. No, we have one bedroom in the office is that color. Mama's room is gray. Mm-hmm. I don't know what color your room is. But this is sort of almost a neutral, especially with these countertops. they had, I wanted to blend. The other, if it went another direction, we had talked about it. We debated when we got this, was the white subway tiles. But everybody had their kitchens in cream yellow in the 70s, and their bathrooms were in pink, and so those were trendy colors, and a lot of people are still looking at them. But I kind of think black and brown and gray will always be neutral enough. You can change it up, and you won't have to change it. He was already stuffed. That's a good answer, because he was already stuffed. Why did the teddy bear say no to dessert? Because he was already stuffed. Hey, Mama, what is the name of the two men above? Hey, Mama. Hey, Mama, what is the name of the two men above the curtain?
Two men above the curtain.
Yeah. Say that and it's cute.
Rod and Balance.
Mama, I'm going to give you that one. Kurt and Rod.
Kurt and Rod.
But I can't believe you came with Rod that quick. See, y'all may have been thinking, he tells her those answers. No, I don't never tell her answers. I don't even tell her if we're going to do one.
No, you don't.
Because I love her natural reaction. I'm glad y'all are getting to see the real. What did the nose say to the finger? Oh, okay.
Quit picking on me.
Can you see those, Mama?
No, I can't. I got that?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Kathy, she's good. She got both. She got all three tonight. Mama is so smart, Bobby. I reckon she is. Jen says, we have a big kitchen. Jan it looks big, but when you get a bunch of people in here, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. We used to have big dinners. Mama's place is sort of, was always a gathering place. We would have on Christmas, it wasn't much for us to have 40 people. We used to have a better circumstance party every fall. And they would be maybe 75, 80 people here. We would have it outside if the weather permitted. And if not, they would be milling around somewhere. So if there's a lot of people
When we
here.
had the carport, we'd have it full. Now
Yeah.
we've got the garage, we'd have it full, the house full.
But COVID changed all that. We're not the gathering place anymore. They do have paint called brown paper bag. You do that, Lindsay? A daughter painted her kitchen. I bet it was very similar to what we had, because I used to tell people the best way I can describe it is it's like a brown paper bag. What is the temperature where you are? Joni, I'll tell you exactly. It is now 66 degrees currently in downtown Oswego. 66 at nearly 7 o'clock. That's wonderful. But it's been over 70 here today.
Yeah.
It's been just like summertime. Good times. Hello from Virginia. Hey, Mary, how are you? Mama's very smart, Gail says.
Well,
Thank you. Mama is smart. Now, she's... And Mama's a math whiz. She can do math like crazy.
Not no more.
My dad was the speller. Dad could spell anything. Mama is on a roll tonight. Mama's on the ball, Pam says.
Well, thank you.
Mama looks pretty in red. It's her favorite color.
Ooh.
I have missed Hey Mama. Loved it tonight. Kathy, I love it too. And I love it when you all do them. I love it when you all have them on here. It says, hey, from Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Dottie. Claudia, Mama is on a roll. Hey, Mama, what did one... Kathy says, hey, Mama, what did one commode say to the other? Don't you look, Mama.
I can't see that. I can barely see our faces. They're blue.
What did one commode say to the other commode?
You stink, or you need flushing.
Close, Mama.
I don't know.
put it in a human context. And what do commodes do?
They flush.
You keep saying a word and it's in the answer. So what would one commode say to the other commode?
How about flushing me?
Well, Mama just don't want to show off tonight. Get them all right. One commode said to the other commode, you looked flushed.
You look flushed.
Mama, you were so close on it. Hey, Mama, what kind of shoes did the burglar wear?
Sneakers, so he could sneak in.
Carol Humphrey, she got it. Sneakers. Mama, you are right on it tonight.
These are being good. Better than what you give me.
Connie Ruff, yes, we did. Connie says, did you get your blue plate mayonnaise? Connie, we did.
Oh, yes.
Mama, I came in the other evening. Mama said, what you ordered this mayonnaise for? And I said, I didn't order no mayonnaise. She said, well, it came from Amazon. I said, let me see it.
Get it right here.
And she said, it's blue plate. And I said, nope, not
I
me.
don't think I found
Connie Ruff, we thank you. I've not opened it yet because we still have some Hellmann's that Angela Britt sent us over there. And is Blue Plate a national brand or is Blue Plate a store brand? Blue Plate, I think it's a national brand. It says since 1927 quality. Real mayonnaise. I can't wait to try it. Mama Sue, I think, uses this all the time. I think this is her favorite brand, and I've heard her say it many times. You know me, I'm going to put Blue Plate. So we don't have access to Blue Plate here. I mean, I guess on Amazon I could get it. But I had wondered about it. So, Miss Connie Ruff, this is the next jar we're going to open, is Blue Plate. Mama Sue's videos, she's been back at it. She is just a marvel. We think the world of Mama Sue. Let me tell you a little something about Mama Sue. So when we first started selling cookbooks, y'all probably have heard this before, I knew she had done cookbooks. And I thought, how am I going to get a hold of her to ask her what I should do? Because I didn't want to just jump into selling a cookbook and then find all the pitfalls. And I thought, how are we going to do this? So I just PM'd her. And it was a little while, and she wrote me back. And she said, hey, John, I've checked out your page, you and your mama. You all seem like good people. Give me a call. And she gave me her phone number. And she said, I don't normally do that, but you all seem like good people. And I just figured y'all got your page, and I wanted to help you with this, and you're doing it for your church. She took us by the hand, and she told us everything we should do, even how to order, what to do, the whole thing. And she was so gracious and so kind. And since then, she and I have talked back and forth several times, and she is true blue, folks. That lady she just touches my heart. And when she tells you to be salt and light, you know, I'm going to try not to tear up here, but when she first came on and was telling us about her cancer, she said, and this was a true testimony, that she didn't know why it had happened, but perhaps it was just so she could share Jesus with somebody in that chemo ward. And I thought, now that is a true lady spreading salt and light. When you are facing your own personal problems and you lay that down and you start loving other people and want to introduce Jesus to them, what a special, special person. So all the love to Mama Sue, and it's so good to see her back. It's so good to see those videos coming up again and those recipes, and it's just wonderful. But Connie, thank you for the Blue Plate. And I'm going to try it. Can't wait to try it. But that's how I even knew about it, was from Mama Sue. So I'm sure you all watch Mama Sue. She has such a great following, and she's such a beautiful lady. She's just, her heart's as big as all outdoors, and she truly is salt and light. I froze you all up, and then I got to jabbering, so you froze that back to the beginning. Hey, Mama Sue is the sweetest. She sure is, Amber. And she's a true friend to us, and we thank the world of her. We thank the world of her. Edna Sloan. Oh, and she said so many times, and you know, these cooking shows, I don't care if it's, well, I speak for ourselves, and I speak for Mama Sue. And the only reason I'm speaking for Mama Sue is Mama Sue has said it so many times. It's not a competition. We're not like two competing people. It's all just family and friends.
What they have on TV, Cook Wars or something like that.
We're not in no war, and we're not competing, and it's not that way. And I talk to other people on other shows. Pam Davidson, she has a cooking show. Miss Kimmy has a cooking show, Kimmy Southern Cook. There's a lot of good people out there, and we have sort of developed a small community of people that talk amongst ourselves. And it's good because sometimes, you know, there's something comes up you need help with, because Facebook is always changing. And the other day, which I seen a lot of other shows, I didn't mention it the day it happened to us because I was just glad to get on. Went in to do like we always do, the same pattern we always do to get on the live, and it was gone. I said, Mama said, what are you waiting on? And I said, I can't find out how to do it. And Mama said, what's wrong? I said, the button's not here. I had to figure out where they'd move the button to and go in another way to get to the lives. So sometimes you need to ask, how are you doing that? Or what is this stars business? Or what is this other stuff that they're, you know, you got to have some network to kind of talk it out. But a lot of these people are just so wonderful, and it's not a competition. It's not a competition at all for us. Now, some people may be, but it's certainly in that way for us. That's not what we're looking for. Thank you for those stars. Lucia, that is so sweet. Drinking a cup of coffee with you would love to see Maggie. Debbie Rogers, that little mean thing. Let me tell you what she's done today.
She's in bed right now.
Well, she should be in bed. Did Mom? Deborah, no. She's doing great. She's doing great, Deborah. She is cancer-free. She's back on her shows. She is filming regularly, and I just watched one yesterday. It may not have been yesterday's, but that's when I watched it. Yeah, Mama Sue's 100% fully in action. Maggie has been a little mischief gal. I work from home today, and every time I walk through the house, she had to go out, run to that door, and jump and leap and carry on.
Here's pretty.
And as soon as she'd go out, she'd stand on the porch and look around at the neighborhood dogs, and the neighbors like, look at me, I'm on the porch. And then she'd go out and lay on the rug. She didn't have to go out. She just wanted out. So I watched her from the window a long time. She didn't know I could see her. And I let her stay out in the sunshine, because if I could have been out in the sunshine, I'd be out there with her. I certainly would have. Mama. Yes, Marilyn, she is healing nicely. She is cancer-free now. She's doing great. She's 100% back in the swing of things. Hey, Debbie, yeah, Miss Brenda Gant. I think Miss Brenda Gant is the queen. She's got probably as many followers and viewers as anybody. We watch her too. She's sweet. I don't get to watch her as much as we used to. Seems like life is so busy. I don't get to spend as much time on Facebook as we once did. So I missed a lot of those. Hey, Kimberly, I make chocolate gravy all the time. Mama don't even care for chocolate gravy that much, and I guess she would, but it sounds like something Mama would make a lot, but she just never has. Thank you for those stars, Miss Kim. Thank you so much. Hey, Becky, you can make apple, peach, strawberry, and any type of fruit, just about it. You're supposed to be talking about a recipe. I love it when y'all come.
She's made freezer. Somebody had all that made freezer.
It's almost strawberry time. In fact, I've got a flat of strawberries ordered right now from the Betty Club. The school sells them every year. And so Mama will be making... Mama, did I tell you I made a whole flat of strawberries?
Not a whole flat. I didn't know.
I tell her on here so she don't get mad at me. Mama will be making freezer preserves because we can't eat a flat of strawberries. So that won't be too far off. Hey, David, how are you? How'd you know?
I'm gonna have to.
No, wait a second. David, are you a scammer? I have tried sending you a friend request. David McCleary on here. I'm gonna have to ban you. Folks, don't let these people. You know, they'll get on here, and this one here says, "Hi, Judy. I have tried sending you a friend request, but it isn't going through. So I guess you can add. Are you? I can't read the rest of it." But that's why most of those start out with, you are beautiful, you're this, I'm trying to send you a friend request. Could you please send me one? No, don't do it, folks. That person is not that person. We don't know who that is. So I'll go in and I'll ban any of those that are trying to talk with you all. I love for y'all to talk amongst yourselves, share recipes. That's what this is about. But this other foolishness for people, and it seems to be mostly men trying to talk to you all, don't fall for it, because that's not who that is. Hey, Barbara says she watches, I watch Mama Sue, Brenda Gant, and you and Mama. Well, thank you, Miss Barbara. I feel like we're in good company. Mama Sue has 2 cookbooks now. Yes, she does. Rebecca, she got volume 2. Pineapple juice for your cough, Mama. Yes, Mama. Pineapple juice will be good for that. Mama's not been. I think it's just a combination of the stuffed lemon and the smoke.
I was fine until I got out in the smoke.
Well, thank you, Peggy. We do. Now, you know, Peggy says she loves a lot of the shows that shares her love for the Lord and their testimonies. Anything we do, whether it's anything we do, we want to give the Lord the honor and the glory and the praise He deserves. Because, you know, there's a song that we sing, I couldn't even walk without you holding my hand. We can't even breathe without His blessing. We can't do anything. Everything that we own, everything that we do, the honor goes to God. Anything we do on here, the honor goes to God. And we don't ever want to lose sight of that. Mom and I we don't think of ourselves as any different than anyone else. We just have a Facebook page and we have a lot of friends. That don't make us stars. That don't make us nothing than what we are, except, sinners saved by grace through the blessings of God. And anything that we've ever done or anything we ever have, it's all belongs to God, and the glory goes to Him. So anything we do on this show, we try to honor and uplift Him in any way we can. And, this coffee time has not changed us, because we know in whom we trust. And I think that's Mama Sue's the same way. So many people, coffee time has given us a platform to talk to a lot of people in a time. And I just think it's, you have to use that to spread cheer and positivity and love and God. And that's what we want to do. And that's the reason we don't like to talk about negativity. We don't dwell on things of the world.
No.
We don't want to talk about politics and those kind of things, because we truly do want this to be a time, whatever time we're on here, sometimes it's too long, as Mama will tell you. We truly do want this to be a time for you and for us to relax our minds, to relax our emotions, and enjoy a little bit of time with good people and good friends, and just love. Just love. That's all we want. No arguing, no negativity. All we want to do is just have a coffee break from the world, and just say, this is a short amount of time every day that we can spend together and just love each other and enjoy each other, and no negativity. Just love yourselves. Start with yourselves. Fill yourself up with love, and it'll spill out on everybody you know. So thank you, Peggy, for those kind words. But anything that we do, we know who the glory goes to. We know why we was able to do everything we're able to do, and it's only through Him.
I'd like to say that I wished everybody would lift Cheryl up. I won't say her last name, but she's a Facebook friend on here, and she's in the hospital, and she's fell and broke her hip and her pelvic, and she's just in real bad shape and don't know when she could go home. So when you pray, please lift her up in prayer that she'll get better and get to go home.
Cheryl's one of the friends, one of you all from here who has written us, and we just want to lift her up and just say, Cheryl, hang in there. Don't let your current situation destroy your peace, and don't let it destroy your love, and know that you got tons of folks out here praying for you. And that goes for all the rest of y'all. You know, every night when I'm reading comments, I'll say, pray for so-and-so, pray for my parents, pray for my children, pray. Your prayer requests do not go unnoticed. They do not. And even if we don't get to acknowledge each one of them, we remember each and every one of them. Every service at church, we say, remember all the prayer requests that have been turned in this week. They know who you all are, and they pray for you all. So if you're on this page, you are prayed for, and you are under God's hedge of protection, because that's what we pray for every week. Lord, put a hedge of protection around us and our friends on coffee time. Remember all the prayer requests, those spoken and unspoken. So he knows you, and he loves you, and you are special to him. And we always lift you up in prayer. And our church prays for you. And our church knows a lot of y'all. And our church watches a lot. And they'll say, oh, I saw that. Yeah, I prayed for them when I seen that. So don't think they go idly by or unnoticed, because you are noticed and you are loved. Folks, we've been on here for a good spell, and we've tied y'all up, and we're going to say good night, and you all have a wonderful, blessed night. Have a great day tomorrow. I don't know what the weather's going to be, but from what I saw in the projection of the forecast, this weekend's supposed to be awesome around here. I'm talking the highs in the higher 70s and beautiful weather. I didn't see anything unbeautiful coming up tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday. So it's all supposed to be spring-like beautiful. And I'm thinking, I was at church last night, and those Easter lilies, jonquils that we were talking about, they are now yellow. And they're like, just picking one eye out. And they're ready to pop. So I'm thinking the weather we're supposed to have Sunday morning when we go in our basement door at our church where we all go in, we're going to have a beautiful bouquet of flowers sitting there in the flower bed waiting for us. So you all have a great, thank you for those stars, Bridget.
Seen a few blooms down there on the marchbell bushes.
The forsythias are blooming. The Bradford pears have got their little knots of potential blooms coming out. The red buds of not red buds.
Purple buds.
No, the red buds of the maple tree. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When maples come out, they're red. Our tree in the front yard, I was noticing today in the sun, it's got that red little bit of sheen to it. It's not going to be long, folks. We're going to have a pop of color. And don't forget to check out the colors of spring this year. I love the greens of spring. They're almost as pretty as the colors of fall. When you have that pop of light green, dark green, and when the mountains are alive with that fresh green. Now in the summer, they're pretty much the same color. But when they first start coming out, it's beautiful. Take note of it this year. If you haven't never looked before, enjoy the colors of spring. So, good night, folks. Find you something good to eat if you haven't already. Make you some memories and enjoy your evening. Say good night, Mama.
Good night, Mama. God bless you all.
Bye, y'all.